All right, y'all, we're back at it. Let's let the game load. There we are. We should be cooking now. Sorry about the technical difficulties to those of you who were on there when we tried previously. Think we should have sound now, though. Let me know, Jordan. Hope you hear me. All right, we are going to hop back in the tractor and try to get this plowing done. So once I get to the tractor here, I'll pull up the PDA, give a little idea of what we're going to be working on today. Yes, sir. Perfect. Thanks, man, for your patience. Thanks for sticking around. So the plan for today is to plow these fields into one, or not really one, mostly one field, and then maybe a small second one here. So now that we got this area harvested, we can consolidate these fields, make it bigger. Also, I think what was going on when I tried to stream before and there was no sound, I updated to Windows 11. And I think when I did my Windows 11 update, it wiped out some of my settings. Because after I got out and tried to get this fixed, I saw that... uh-oh, I gotta allow create fields. I saw that it had all my audio devices disabled. So we should be good now. How's it going tonight, my friend? What's up, my man? Welcome in, Rod. We're doing some plowing, dude. Plowing in the rain. We're gonna get muddy. But finally got all these fields over in this area harvested where I can make bigger fields of them, or one bigger field of them. So this is always the fun part, the detail work to get the outline figured out. All right. Did we nail it? We're going to see. Not too shabby. I'll landscape that edge to clean it up later. Not too bad. Other thing we gotta do, and I don't know if I'll do it tonight or not, but at least figure out what to do with the grass that I mowed last time. So it's raining. The forecast isn't looking like it's going to cooperate. I don't think making hay is going to be an option. So probably just going to have to collect it and more silage. I haven't checked out, I'm going to butcher this name. Is it Camsden or Comsden or Lord knows what it's called. Man, I got a little sloppy there up against the street. I'll fix that. But no, I haven't checked out that new map. It does look incredible, though. How about yourself? You playing on that map? I was doing a little one man's land gameplay before I jumped on here. I just don't know if I have room or time for another map. Believe me when I tell you, every time a new map comes out, the first thing I want to do is try it, but trying to exercise some discipline with that here. Now that I've got the channel, I don't want to get going in too many directions and have unfinished work. So trying to focus in on this one and One Man's Land. And then to everybody who gave me feedback on the community post earlier this week, I appreciate that, because what that told me is the viewers would like to see more farm builds again too. So I think that's where my time is going to be spent. One Man's Land, this series, and getting back into some farm builds. And that'll be my way of I guess, interacting with some of these new maps that come out, right? When a new map comes out, I can't do a gameplay series on all of them, but I can tinker around and at least build a farm on some of them. Thanks, Jordan. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I made the recent decision to try and convert this series to live. So I'm going to try to hop on once a week and do a live episode on this series. And then, of course, I'll keep One Man's Land roleplay series going as well. So appreciate you hopping in and joining us, and hope to see you again in the future more. So the worst part, you have to go so slow getting these edges. And even then, I'm going to have to clean a little bit up with the landscape tool. But once we get these edges figured out, we should be able to cruise. Did anybody play with the dynamic, I think it was called dynamic mud mod in FS19? I never really played with it, but would be kind of cool to have here and get muddy doing some plowing. Yeah, live streams are a different animal, Jordan. Definitely something I'm going to keep going on. But I tell you what, when you watch, you know, the guys that do it frequently, you name them, Clutch, Farm Sim guy, Kederk, you know, it's a lot. It may not seem like it, but I'm going to tell you firsthand. It's a lot to keep focus on, right? You got to focus on your gameplay. So whatever I'm doing on the screen makes sense to you guys and is engaging and entertaining. You got to focus on the chat. Then, of course, you have the times where you start a live stream and your sound doesn't work. So that's always fun. Yeah, I have a lot of fun with it too because I get to chat with you guys and interact. Definitely love that aspect of it. But it's a lot to keep focus on. So we're gonna learn as we go here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Yeah, that dynamic mud mod. Like I say, I never worked with it, but it's kind of self-explanatory, right? Like if it's wet or raining, we'd probably be sinking in the mud, actually, to be honest. So maybe it wouldn't be so cool because we wouldn't be able to get any of this done. But in any event, if it's not out already for FS22, I imagine it's just a matter of time. And you know, the other thing with this, with the live stream, to get back on that topic, it's a little tough for me from a time standpoint. I know this probably isn't the best time to attract viewers. You know, anybody in the Eastern time zone, it's pretty late. But in honesty, it's kind of the time that I have available to hop on and get some gameplay in. So that's the other reason why I'm definitely going to do live streams. Convert this series to live. I just, I don't know, right now at least, with everything I got going on in life and work and whatnot, I'm not a full-time YouTuber. If it's something I'm going to be able to commit to doing with any more frequency than like once a week, and hopefully at some point, you know, schedule opens up for me a little bit and I can do these at a little bit better time to attract more of a crowd. But for now, this is when I'm available. So for me, it's almost 10 here. Let's see. It's 10 after 10. It is not 10 after 10 where you're at if you're in England. Hell, it might be 10 after 10 tomorrow. Fury Machine is in the house. What's up, Fury? Thanks for stopping by, dude. You just got through recording yourself, huh? Yeah, dude, tell me about it. Just, I think I've said it before, but father, husband, full-time employee. It's tough. It's tough to find the time to hop on here. So yeah, those other guys that stream often, and like FarmSim guy and a lot of those other guys who are able to get on it a little bit different times. Definitely attract a better crowd. They're more established channels as well, so that factors in too. But we'll get it figured out. We'll get a little bit of a routine going, and I think maybe that, more importantly than time, that might be what I really need to focus on, is consistency and making sure you all know when to expect to catch me. So Rod's asking, does focusing on making videos take some of the fun out of just playing the game? Some, to be honest. And so that's the other thing too, right? I've got this series, I've got One Man's Land series, I'm going to do farm builds. I've got a save game reserved just for me too, right? It doesn't make it unenjoyable. I don't want to say that. But it changes the game, right? So from a standpoint of just sitting down to relax and chill and get some gameplay in, recording or live streaming doesn't provide you that. Right? There's a lot to think about, a lot to be focused on, and the goal in mind is producing good content. So yeah, I don't think it makes it unenjoyable by any means, but it does change the dynamic, Rod. There's more to focus on, and it's not just, like I say, chill time and playing the game. So I also keep a game save reserved for just that I jump on and play every now and then too. See, I'm 5 steps ahead of you. I already answered Rod's next question. Yeah, Fury knows. Fury's got a channel too. And he's really good at what I think I need to be better at, which is staying engaging. I'm like I focus in, right? Like I'm so used to playing this game for so many years. I just focus in on the game, and I have to remind myself, like, yo, Farmer Z, be engaging. Read comments. But yeah, Fury, I've checked out his channel, and he's a lot of fun to watch. Good on the camera. All right, guys. I'm going to roast in this room. So give me 1 minute. I'm going to go turn my fan up. So there you have it. One more thing to bear in mind, and I'm serious, it's the small stuff that, you don't think about when you're watching your favorite YouTube content creators, but having a glass of water available so you don't get parched. In this case, making sure your fan's turned up. Yeah, Rod, go check out his channel. Like I say, my dude Fury, he's been around here from almost day one. When I found out he's got a channel of his own, checked it out, and he does a good job. I post FS content. What do you mean? Like other than just live streams, Jord? Is that what you're talking about? Fury says he was recording earlier and burped on camera because of his Dr. Pepper. I feel you, my friend. When you're on camera, you're on camera. You guys see and hear everything. Oh, I got you, Jordan. You were asking if Fury posts content. Yes, he does. Like I said, he's got a channel of his own. I'd recommend checking it out. Well, thank you, Rod. That sincerely, I appreciate that. You know, I do this as a hobby. So going back to your question earlier, of course it doesn't take all the fun out of playing the game. Because if it did, I wouldn't. It makes it fun in different ways. And I guess the best way to explain that is the engagement with all you guys, right? Since you've found my channel recently, you've been an awesome member of this channel, man. You comment a ton. You've always had very nice things to say, and it's sincerely appreciated and humbling. And you know, that's kind of the why behind me getting into creating content, right? Like I always played this game, or for a few years now I've played this game, and like you, I had a few content creators I watched, and I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna give this a try. Try to kind of share my affinity for this game with the community that's out there, because there is a very strong farm sim community out there. I mean, there's a lot of farm sim players that support the farm sim YouTube community. So I jumped in and learning as I go, getting better as I go. But that's the reward, you know, when we put the hours in, or when I put the hours in to make these videos, and enjoy it, of course, as I'm doing it. But the ultimate enjoyment comes from that. So appreciate your kind words. And United Bill is here. What's up, United Bill? Thanks for joining the channel. He's another recent subscriber. Been hanging around a little bit recently, and I appreciate you as well, my friend. I've seen you out there, see you watching the videos and commenting, and like I was telling the other folks there, definitely appreciate it. Watching it all day, dude. Well, thank you, man. What people choose to do with their time is their choice. So it's humbling when that choice is to watch entertainment I provide. So appreciate that. Glad you're here. And I'm new to the live thing. I mean, this is my second live stream, so you're getting it at the ground level. What's up, Rusty? How you doing tonight, my friend? Doing some late night plowing. Yeah, for sure, Bill. This has been on my to-do list since this series started, is to make a better setup of this area. All those small fields just kind of, it cut it up a lot. and it really didn't live up to the big farming name. Big farming means big fields, lots of equipment, so we're making a big field out of this. Trying to stay warm. Can't talk. Trying to stay warm, Rusty says. Where you at, Rusty? What's the weather where you're at? I'm in Arizona, so I get spoiled in the winter time. Never gets too awful cold. And Fury left a comment, and I forgot, I was remiss not to mention that earlier when I was talking about his channel, but Fury's the real deal. He was a real farmer. I think the story is his family owned a farm, and he worked on that farm with his family for years. So again, like I say, remiss not to mention that, but a lot of the things that he does are cool, to me at least, because he tries to keep the realism. He explains what he's doing as he does it and why. Like, this is how you do it on a real farm. So I think that's cool. Keep that up, Fury. Because I think there's a lot of inquiring minds. Farming simulator is one thing, but a real farm is a whole different game. So for you to draw those parallels between the two, or point out the differences between the two, I think people want to hear that. Rusty's in Nebraska. All right. I used to be your neighbor to the south, my friend. And then we got Fury in New York. I knew that. We got Rod in South Florida. All right, Rod. So you probably get winters kind of like me. We're spoiled, buddy. It's 6 degrees in Nebraska right now for Rusty. Yeah, I don't miss the snow shoveling, dude. Beautiful thing about Arizona, I live in the Phoenix area. Like west of Phoenix, we got like 3 acres. 2 weeks ago, I think it was, or maybe last weekend. It's a 2-hour drive to get up north to the snow. So that's the good part. Don't have to be in it all the time. But if we want to take the kids up or whatever to play in some snow, I'm just a drive away. Yeah, then we got Jord over across the pond in Manchester, England. Yeah, Rod, you're right. You've got it worse for sure with the humidity. Temperatures are probably similar between Florida and Arizona. But come warm weather time, you definitely have the humidity to tend with as well. I don't think it gets as hot in the summer by any means, but probably feels like it, dude, with all that humidity. Worlds away. Yeah, maybe, Jordan. But it's a small world these days. Crazy how we can... You're sitting over there in England, and here I am in the US, and chit-chatting. Technology bridges that gap, dude. Yeah, Rod says it gets in the 90s in the summer in Florida. That's brutal. I mean, you tell an Arizonan 90s in the summer and they would be like, that's nothing. But again, it's a whole different ballgame with the humidity. I came from the Midwest, came from Kansas. So I know what the summer feels like when it's in the 90s and humid. Fury, thank you, my friend. Fury says, smash the thumbs up button. Absolutely, if you like the content. Here's one thing I believe as a content creator. I try to remind folks to subscribe or like. My mouse keeps getting hit here. Sorry, guys. I try to remind folks to subscribe or like and never ask or tell. If you like it and then you enjoy the content, I feel like everybody knows how it works, right? Likes and comments and subscribes help support the channel. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And if you do like it, I think, just a reminder sometimes, hey, don't forget to hit the like button or subscribe. Because I've found myself watching videos and get so caught up in the video that I forget to do that. So yeah, thanks Furia for that reminder. But again, it is just a reminder. I need to earn subscribers and likes and comments, and nothing makes my skin crawl more than when I watch a YouTube video, no matter if it's farm sim or what, and they're like, hey, make sure and hit that subscribe button and that like button, and I need you to do this or that. And I don't know. That's just not the way I think. To me, it's like, that's your YouTube, right? You want to control what that recommended screen looks like when you log on to YouTube. And, if you haven't seen enough of this channel yet to be convinced that you want my stuff popping up in your feed, I get that. But if you have, I appreciate it as well. JD8320 is back with us. What's up, JD? How you doing, man? He stopped in last time we were streaming, and we got Objob85 checking in from Oregon. How you doing tonight, buddy? So 10th generation farmer. You did mention that in your comments, Bill. He's the I think he's a younger kid, probably mid-20s, that works on that dairy farm, I believe. I think I've seen some of his videos too. It's cool stuff, interesting stuff. I'll bet Fury's probably seen some of his videos too, being a dairy farmer himself at one point. I'm good, my friend. Thanks for asking, JD. Trying to get these fields plowed, which I'm almost done with. Finally got everything harvested in this area. So we're going to stitch a bunch of small fields together into just a couple bigger fields. And then if we have time, I don't know that I'll stream for very long tonight, guys. Probably try to at least start getting some of that grass collected that we mowed last time. Don't think hay's going to be in the cards for us. The weather's not going to cooperate. We just got a quick break from the rain, but snow's on its way, so that grass is going to be silage. Unfortunately, I was hoping to make hay with it, but couldn't. And as I glanced at the comments, I just saw that my dude Dairy Deer popped in. Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you for stopping by. This guy's been around since shortly after I started the channel as well. So big thank you to you for being a supporter of the channel, watching my content, all the comments you've left. Glad we were able to catch up, man. Glad you popped in tonight. And also, little fun fact about Dairy Deer. I mentioned that I kind of got my start on this channel doing farm builds, and I'm going to be getting into some more here soon. That dude can build a farm too. So on FarmSim's guy's channel, he does the Creators of the Field contest, and Dairy Deer won it with a killer farm that he built and submitted to FSG. So if you get a chance, check out that video because he did a bang-up job. So Fury says that in FS22, which he's right, that's different from FS19. you can't feed the cows only silage. I think that's a difference a lot of us have noticed. He says he used to always feed the cows only silage. I've heard both ways on that. I'm by no means more qualified to comment on this than you, but I'm just telling you. I've heard both ways. I've heard that it's just silage is not ideal for the rumen. And then I've also heard others say that they just feed silage. John Deere 8320 says, yes, Dairy Deer has a lot of creativity. So I'm assuming you've seen that farm he built as well. Totally agree. It was an awesome build. Rusty Money sounds like he's seen it too. So we got a guest appearance by a star in the house tonight. And while I have a captive audience, I'm going to take a break from the farming and just speak to you guys for a second. So I was on Clutch's stream earlier tonight, and he kind of mentioned one of the members of his channel who has some hard times he's going through. His wife was diagnosed with cervical cancer. I don't know this gentleman. His name on YouTube is Farming Sins. But what I know is that, again, his wife was recently diagnosed with cervical cancer, and they have 3 children. And so now he's the only one working because she can no longer work. And so Clutch, I thought, did an awesome thing and put a link to their GoFundMe. I'm going to do the same, only because that hits home a little bit with me. I've got 3 children and a wife, and, you know, if that were to happen, I can't imagine what that dude's going through. So I'm just going to share it to get the word out. That's all. But I'll put the link in the chat here in case the story touches you like it touched me. So thank you guys for allowing me just a minute to kind of get off topic. Like I say, don't know the gentleman, but I do know he's a part of the Clutch community, or the Clutch crew, as Clutch likes to say. And that's some heavy stuff he's going through. And it sounds like we got a couple of folks in here who have already supported. So you, my friends, have done your good deed for the day. That's it's a fantastic thing to do. I know I'm doing the same, right? And every little bit counts. I'll just hold off on Starbucks tomorrow or something and put it to a better cause. So by no means is anybody obligated to do anything. That's your hard-earned money. Everybody's got their own struggles. But again, I just wanted to share that. And with that, back to the plowing. We're almost done. I don't think I'll landscape on camera. I am, like I said before, going to touch up around this field. I wasn't perfect, like up against that road over there to the right. I got a little close, so I'll clean that up a little bit off camera, but at least we'll get the bulk of the plowing done. And as I'm looking across the way to the greenhouses there, big news, guys. If you've watched this series, you know that the lettuce pallets were throwing me off. And I don't know why, but I've concluded, with the help of some of the comments, that lettuce pallets just take longer to spawn. So I just freaked out for nothing, basically. But we're finally getting some lettuce pallets over there. Good news. That might be something we do on the next episode. Let's try to, if we got enough fruits, tomatoes, and lettuce to sell, Maybe we'll sell some. If not, I'll at least get it moved to storage so the pallets don't get in the way of more spawning. Another tie-in to a previous episode. My money's much lower than it had been. So this was big farming. Pardon me, let me get some water. This was big farming by title. And because of that title, I took a go big or go home starting approach to this farm in this series. And cheated a bunch of money in. I'll be honest, guys. And if you've seen the series, you know. Now that we're established, I thought it would be cool to make it a bit of a challenge from here on out. So I cheated a bunch of money back out. And we've got 14 grand. Now, I'd have to suck at this game for that to be a problem. Because with everything that I've got in place on this farm and revenue streams that I've already got situated, I think I'll be just fine. But at least it gives us a bit of a challenge and makes me put more thought to what I'm selling and when and all that fun stuff. So we're down to 14 grand now. Like I said, we'll probably focus on that next episode. But we'll start figuring out some of those greenhouse, some of the items produced by those greenhouses and figure out when a good time to sell that stuff is. All right, I am going to put this away. And I think I'll get the loading wagon. Because again, I don't want to take my chances with trying to windrow, and bale. Because look at the weather. It's clear for the rest of the day. That's all well and good. But we got snow tomorrow. And like for the entire foreseeable future. So we pick it up. Getting back to the comments here. Sorry. Been kind of off on a tangent. But thanks, Jord. Appreciate the kind words there. And yeah, I noticed the same thing. That GoFundMe really did skyrocket after some of the exposure that I got by the other content creators. Such an awesome thing. I mean, Clutch has a huge following. Driver53. He also has a much bigger following than me. So for those guys to plug that meant a lot to that family, I'm sure. Musket, what's up, buddy? Thanks for popping in. And Tyler's here too. What's up, Tyler? We are just about to grab a loading wagon. I can cycle through all my darn vehicles. Go pick up some grass. Gotta bring the loading wagon with me first, though. There we go. Tyler was late. He was playing GTA. You get a pass, dude. I haven't played Grand Theft Auto in I can't tell you how many years. Yeah, Objob's heard about it too. So again, that just, I don't know. I can't say enough about the farm sim community. And I went off on a little tangent earlier after Rod asked me a question about what it's like to produce content and stream and how that changes your gameplay. But as part of that tangent, one of the things I mentioned was that I just, in being a viewer, noticed how strong the farm sim community was. And that was part of my inspiration and reasoning to hopping in and making content myself. But yeah, to do what they've done today, to help that gentleman and his family in the situation they're in, and to see the noticeable difference it made, because Jordan mentioned it and he's absolutely right. I just noticed that GoFundMe skyrocket as well. It's just a testament to the community. And even outside of that, I'll tell you what, like, I've talked to a few of the other creators. You know, Farmer Cop is one of the nicest guys you'll know outside of his content. I've chatted with him. Kederk Farms, Farm Sim guy. Mighty Mike Farms. Those are some of the bigger channels that I've engaged with in a outside of YouTube way, and they're just very welcoming and happy to answer any questions or give advice. So, I know we're all here because we enjoy this game, but at the same time, I mean, the people that we spend our time watching and consuming content from, in my experience, have been really good people. So, Bill, are you new to the game? I know you're new to the channel, and definitely appreciate all the videos you've been watching the last few days, comments you've been leaving. I get the idea that maybe you're new to the game. So, if you are, welcome to the community, and buckle up, my friend, because you're about to be hooked. Tyler asks, what about djgoham? I haven't engaged with him. He strikes me as a really good dude. I just can't say firsthand, right? I've engaged with Clutch, like in his chats or whatever, but I'm just talking about outside of YouTube, those that took extra time to either reach out to me or respond to me if I reached out to them. And those were the guys. And just welcoming to the community, helpful, encouraging, you name it. All right, chat, let's help Bill out. Farmer Z is going to crash into something if I read too many more comments, but he'd like to know where you get the fuel fill tanks for your farms. I believe he's console player. So if we got any console players in here, you might be able to better guide him as to what is on the mod hub. And we are full, so it's time to take a load back to the silage factory. And then Bill asked who's the real farmer and sim farmer. That is Fury Machine. He's in the chat with us, or was. He is no longer a real farmer, but for years he worked with his family on a dairy farm. So like I say, I've watched a few of his videos, and that's one of the cool things I think he does, is explains parallels and differences between real and farm sim. Yeah, I know, Jordan. I didn't know immediately. I was sitting there just talking away with a full trailer. It's an epic comment. Trailer's full, bro. Speaking of comment, I'm going to crash. And then after I sort that out, I'm going to do a featured comment. So, man, what a mess. I got to clear these trees out. Everybody point at Farmer Z and laugh. Not going to make the corner. Here's what we're doing. Yep, that's what we're doing. Get over there. Let go. Maybe. All right, does anybody else have problems with this? This mega strength? I swear to you, it glitches for me half the time. I use it in power tools and can't depend on it to work every time I need it. So, compounding the embarrassment of crashing, I can't even get my super strength figured out. So, stand by for debauchery while I try to get through here. Come on, let's go. Pull, John Deere, pull. We're gonna make it? Is it gonna pull? scuffing up my trailer and my shed, but at this point I don't care. What a joke. What a disaster. All right, let's try super strength again. What's up, Joss? I saw somebody mention your name in there. Good morning, he says. I think he's where are you from, Australia? I think I've seen you say that before. Because it is good night where I'm at. All right. That was plenty embarrassing, but we got to figure it out, guys. Don't act like you guys don't crash on your farms, too. And I'm not even in the right place. I'm a disaster right now. This is where I meant to be. All right. Erase the last, like, 4 minutes from your memory, please. And thank you. All right. While this unloads, featured comment. Something I started doing. I just want to take some time on most of the episodes and highlight a comment. And in this case, I want to highlight Melissa Lehman's comment. She said, "Can I be in a video, please?" Here you are, star of the show in this video. You know, she's another viewer who's been around very early in the channel, leaves a lot of comments, watches a lot of videos, and I don't know how to really put her in a video. That might get a little tricky, but thank you, Melissa. Appreciate you being a part of this channel. Appreciate all the engagement, all the views, and I put you in the form of a shout out. I need to send Jordan my number so he can just text me real time on everything I'm messing up. He's my spotter, but there's a problem. The chat is delayed. All right, let me catch up on comments. Dairy Deer uses the Lumberjack mod for super strength. Interesting. I didn't know it had super strength packaged together with it. Might have to try that. I like power tools because it can cheat money in and do a bunch of other things. No HUD, flight mode. But I promise you, I'm not crazy and it glitches for me. And then we got John Deere looking out for me with the crash counter. Thanks for pointing it out, my friend. Although I think you might be a little bit shy. That felt like more than 3 crashes there. Then Joss is in the Netherlands. Is that right? Yep, Netherlands it sounds like. Tyler wants to know if I've seen his new FS19 vid. I have not, my friend. I apologize. Do my best to check that out, though. FarmSim Freak is in the house. Welcome. Thanks for joining us, my friend. We did some plowing earlier. We're just trying to get some grass picked up before the snow comes. We're taking it over to the silage factory. Wanted to bale hay. Not going to be able to do it. Weather's not going to cooperate. That's all right. John Deere felt a little bad for me, so he didn't count all the crashes. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Good looking out. Felt a little bad for me, too. Like I said, it happens to all of us. It's the worst when you get like, a crash is a crash, that's fine. When you get one of those crashes where you get something caught up, like your front tire and back tire are pinned in between a post and you can't get out, those are the worst. Ultra Dez just joined us. How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Fury Machine busted me. He said that loading wagon flies. It may just so be that all my stuff flies. I went in and edited XMLs on a lot of my stuff to make it go a little bit faster. And I'm full again, so I'm going to get a chat from Jordan in a couple of seconds here. Yeah, I added a lot of stuff to make it go faster for a couple reasons. Number one, my patience level is not the highest. But number two, kind of for filming, right? Like, if I had to spend this whole episode in a loading wagon picking up grass, I'm sure that's not going to be the most engaging content. So when my vehicles and tools move a little bit faster, it does help a little bit kind of move the episodes along. So yeah, I went in and edited a bunch of my stuff. It all moves pretty fast. And then from time to time, this is a rabbit hole you'll go down if you do it. From time to time, I'll buy something new that I haven't really edited yet. And that's painful. Trying to get used to normal speeds after you're used to this. What's up, Monkey? Welcome to the chat. He says FarmSim Freak sent him here. Well, thank you both for joining. Definitely appreciate it. Probably on the second half of the stream here. We'll go for a little bit longer. Try to get this this grass picked up out of, get to the PDA here, out of field 71. So we did some mowing on the last episode. Got to get this stuff off the ground before snow happens. We got snow in the forecast. All right, Joss, I got to read this comment. Let me get somewhere where I'm not going to wreck. He found that super strength doesn't work well on the bin of the trailers. Should be better on the wheels. All right, I'll try that out. I'm still not convinced that's the glitch I'm talking about. Like, there are times where it flat out just doesn't work. Like, no matter what I grab, I'll try to grab the bin, then I'll move along to the the wheels and just grab anything I can, and it just straight up doesn't work. But it'll be a good rule of thumb to keep in mind either way. FarmSim Freak says, keep up the good work, Z. Appreciate it, my friend. I'm going to try to. You guys make me better. And I mean that, like, comments you leave, the feedback you give, that's all stuff that I pay close attention to. Because that's what I'm here for. Provide you entertaining and engaging content. Speaking of which, I mentioned earlier one of the polls that I recently put out there. I guess the answer to kind of what content do you prefer, farm builds was kind of the favorite. Not like the runaway favorite or anything, but it was more popular than I thought it would be. And maybe that's because that was the primary focus of my content when I first started. But kind of in the spirit of taking that feedback to heart, I'm going to try to get in and do some more farm builds here in the near future. Thinking about jumping in on County Line and doing one. But I'm open to other suggestions if you think there's a better map to do one on. I know Calmsden Farm just came out. That's a tough one because anytime I've ever done a farm build on a European map, the videos like tank. I don't know. I just feel like the North American maps are so much more popular. Fury Machine says he had a similar conversation with a subscriber the other day on how long some of this stuff takes. I think he's going back to the comment I made about editing the XML on my stuff to go faster. And yeah, dude, that's for sure. Especially when you're filming and editing. I bet I edit out and cut 70% of what I film, 60. Hastings. Fury Machine recommended Hastings. That's another one I was considering, to be honest. It was like County Line and Hastings were two that I feel are kind of popular right now. It's like, I don't want to do some super obscure map. I want to do something that people are going to be interested in and might use or play. But Hastings is another one I considered. And maybe I'll hit you up on that, my friend. I wouldn't be opposed to doing like a tandem build. John Deere likes the County Line idea. Such a good map. I think this is what, the third farm sim that he's released County Line for. I know it was in 19. I think it might have been 17 too. Rusty says he heard about me because of my farm builds. And our friend in blue, Farmer Cop, shouted me out. So like I said before, he's just a good dude. He's got a great channel, first of all, puts out great content. But yeah, he was kind enough to give me a shout out one day when I just randomly popped in to watch one of his streams, which it's a cool feeling. I mean, I can't really explain the feeling when you decide to do something like this. Sorry about my voice tonight, guys. Throat's dry. When I decided to do this, it was in large part, here we go again. You got the crash counter ready? It was in large part due to inspiration from others that I watched, and he was one of those. So when guys like him and FarmSim Guy turn up on my channel and shout me out, that was a cool feeling. I'm a wreck tonight. We've got to get these trees out of here too. This has to be just a wonderful camera angle for you guys while I'm trying to figure my life out. All right, wide loop over the freshly plowed field. We're going to get it this time. Be easy on the crash counter again. John Deere says Deer Creek 2. Is that a that's the one that has, like you say, big fields, but not many of them, if I'm remembering right. And you may be onto something there, because the fact that the fields are big but there aren't many of them, that could be kind of a cool setting for a farm build. Instead of the farm being on one, little corner of the map because there's so many fields. I could be kind of right in the action with that one. Crash counter 5. That's my dude, John Deere. I know you're being kind to me. I know it's more than 5. What time are we at? Almost 11 o'clock my time. Guys, I'm going to go for another 15. And if I'm not done, I'll just have to finish this on camera. I'm going to have to get at least a little bit of shut-eye. 10 fields. So yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. That's a pretty good idea. I'm going to have to sort this out. County Line, Hastings, and Deer Creek would all be good maps for the next build. Fury Machine says Hastings single player was rough. Takes like 40 minutes to drive to my farm real time. Yeah, 16x maps. They sound like a good idea until you get there. Those are really just multiplayer ideal. How much we got left? We're not even like halfway done. I need to go in and edit the XML on my capacity. I don't like to get, I don't know, maybe I'm full of it. I was about to say I don't like to get too cheaty, but on this particular series, I've just kind of gone for it. But in my mind, again, like changing the speed and changing the capacities, honestly, it does have a lot to do with, you know, the filming and the gameplay on camera. Kind of helps keep things cruising and moving along, and keeps the video, I think at least, I love your feedback, but a little more captivating. Not creeping along at 6 miles an hour and going and unloading every 3 rows. So I might have to go in and spend some more time in the XMLs and do some tweaking to the capacities. Guys, I'm going to notice when I'm full this time. We're getting better. 96, 97, here we go. I'm not going to just drive around aimlessly full like I did the last 2 times. I'm so proud of myself. I'm going to look up and try to catch up on comments while I drive back. So Rod said he likes Hastings. Kind of sucks single player. Yeah, no doubt. Like I said, they sound like a good idea until they're not. John Deere's computer won't run them. I wouldn't worry about it too much. I mean, unless you play multiplayer, I don't think you're missing out on a whole lot with the 16x maps. Although Hastings does look like a very well done map. But again, once you get in there and start playing, you spend all your time driving and unloading and all that fun stuff. Takes away from the gameplay. I think Joss disagrees with us. It's go big or go bigger. You a 16x map type of guy, Joss? Even on single player? You're an animal. Let's see what we got in here. So for those of you who haven't seen this, this is the silage factory. It's like a fermenting silo, basically, in the form of a production facility. So you put grass or chaff in, and at a proportionate ratio, it produces silage. So we've got 314,000 liters of silage already converted, just being stored. And we're up to 388,000 additional liters of grass that will convert. So we will have no shortage of silage going into next year. Tyler says the C4 was clean from a couple streams ago. So last time we got into a stream, Tyler's a car guy. I like cars as well, so he got me off on a tangent. Got talking about Corvettes. I've owned a few, and Tyler's dad owns more than a few. So I showed Tyler he mentioned he didn't like C4 Corvette, 4th generation Corvettes very much. I showed him one that I thought might change his mind. And you're right, my friend, it's super clean. Lots of food John Deere says for sure. I'm gonna have to sell some of it though, because I haven't really been able to make hay in proportion with the silage. So we'll buy hay. We'll use the silage money to buy it. Fury, you're a better man than me. Fury says he used a 14-meter header at 12 miles per hour. And it still took 6 hours. I think I could harvest for 6 hours. I mean, I like the game and all, but that's dedication. If I could keep this in a straight enough line, we're going to try. I'm going to put it on cruise. We're probably going to crash. I want to see prices of silage. 335. No, that's FSC. I messed myself up. I should have known better. 335 if I sell. So if I set my silage factory to selling instead of storing, they're going to pay me more than any other sell point. So I might as well do that and start selling some off. At 335 a thousand, will that cover the cost of hay? Farmer Z does math again. Uh-oh. So this is, gosh, I don't remember what hay bales are. I think they're 8,000 liters. 8 meters squared, I think, is 8,000 liters. Somebody help me out on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So 1490 divided by 8. I think I'm in good shape. I think I'd come out ahead. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably start selling off some of that silage to cover what I'm going to have to spend on hay to make more TMR. Dairy Deer with the assist confirmed what I thought. So every meter cubed is 1,000 liters. That threw me off with math with Farmer Z for sure. It's becoming a recurring theme. I tried to do math on the last episode and botched it too. That threw me off on FS22. I think it's cool that they did it though. On FS19, every bale type was like the same amount of liters. I think there were, or I know they were all 4,000. So I think it's cool that each type of bale has a different kind of capacity. Back to my old ways. I'm full and didn't notice it. Trying to read comments. Where are we at on time? 11:09. I think we got one more trip in us, then I'm going to wrap up for the night. Super hazy on this particular day. Hope it doesn't make for bad video quality. It was raining when I first started, like very first started the stream. It's just like a foggy day. Nailed it. Put that crash counter away. All right, don't ruin it now. Look at that. I can drive. Although I have crop destruction turned on, so I really do need to do something with that area. Because once those fields are planted, I'm not going to be able to swing that. So bad job me on making that properly accessible. I'll have to get in there and fix that with a landscaping tool at some point. All right, good to know, Rusty. I feel like I get these certain angles where it just seems super foggy. And I try to, like, when I'm recording, I can't always, but I try to avoid recording during the evening as far as game time goes, because I know that doesn't come through great. I was just wondering if the fog was having any impact on the quality. Or clarity, I guess I should say. All right, let's pick this up that I missed when I was chit-chatting. All right, clarify for me, Joss. Use lumberjack to get rid of the trees. That's kind of what I was planning on doing. But I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. Do they glitch? Sometimes they like wig out when you do that? Because maybe I will go a different route then. And then Fury wants to know if he's ever told me the story when he plowed an entire 80-acre field without the plow. No, but I feel like you need to save that for one of your videos on your channel, dude. Like a parody video. Like a reenactment. I'd watch that. That's hilarious. A scale of 1 to 10, how pissed must you have been? John Deere said he had the crash counter ready. You're on your toes, man. I appreciate you. Sorry to disappoint. Almost got it. Fury was 14 and forgot to hook up the subsoiler. At least you're 14. I feel like the younger you are, the more patience you have for stuff like that. Okay, Joss says cutting down the orange trees can turn into a visual glitch and floating stumps. With lumberjack, you can delete the complete tree. Oh, okay. So I see what you're saying. Lumberjack's the better way to avoid a glitch. 10-4, my friend. That's what I'll do then. Get rid of some of those trees back there. And then Rod says, speaking of, and I'm reading this comment because it's interesting you said this. I kind of was thinking about this earlier. He says, speaking of bloopers, your No Man's Land series would be great for a behind-the-scenes look and outtake reel. Maybe when the box set comes out. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if it makes it big. We'll probably put it right next to the Friends complete seasons 1 through 10 on the Walmart store shelves. But in all seriousness, I thought about doing not so much bloopers, but maybe like a behind the scenes. I go back and forth on it a little bit because I don't want it to like spoil any of the story. But I thought about doing I don't know. I didn't put a ton of thought to it. Maybe like a small live stream, just doing a few things around there, but not really giving too much context as to what I'm doing so it doesn't ruin the story. Or maybe like a recorded behind the scenes. Anyway, something I've definitely thought about. Don't know if I'll do it or not, but we'll see. Dairy Deer, have a good night, dude. Appreciate you hanging out with us. We will catch you later, my friend. All right, guys, I'm full again. Just a couple more rows to get, so I think I'm going to bang that out off camera just past 11:15. I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. Appreciate all you guys stopping by. Had fun chatting with you guys. Look out for the next one. I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try. Now, I have to adult every day, whether I like it or not. So there's life that gets in the way, but I'm going to try to make it consistent because I know that'd just be best for everybody to know when to expect me streaming. I'm going to try to make it Wednesday nights. So if not Wednesday, maybe Tuesdays. But as for now, let's just plan on expecting Wednesday evening streams on this series. Hope to catch you guys again on the next one. Thanks so much. FarmrSea out.